What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got one here from the video Jason Whitlock clips. And of course, this has been done a while ago, but I just decided to revisit it and how women are slowly dismantling the fabric of American sports. So let's get into this with a Whitlock chef and Stephen Kim. So let's get into this.
I'm actually going to start with the victimhood Olympics. Steve, I found this fascinating. Scap, I did as well. Like Laura Rutledge interview. She didn't try to interview. She interviewed Justin Herbert after that Monday Night Football game. And Justin Herbert, for maybe a second and a half, didn't want to cooperate. And then he did cooperate. But that didn't stop people from saying, oh, what a pro. Oh, look what Laura Rutledge went through. How dare Justin Herbert? Let's play the clip, and then we'll get your reaction. Steve, I know you've covered a lot of sporting events. Have you ever seen that level of rudeness directed at a reporter? That was incredible. She deserves a Purple Heart.
I have a question. Isn't the protocol for the NFL franchise, whoever that is, or a league member, to have a PR staffer actually say, hey, Justin, stay right here? And guys know the drill. I have a question for those who are coming out and piling on Justin Herbert, who probably played the most physically taxing game I've seen any quarterback this year. He's probably banged up. He's probably drugged up with all the pharmaceuticals, right, to get him out there. Heat of emotion. It's a big win. Did they have the same type of, and they love using this word, energy? Did they have the same energy and vitriol for Marshawn Lynch, who in a controlled setting during the Super Bowl, he was only there not to get fined, boss? They thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm going to go all the way there since we are fearless. If that was a black quarterback, would those people dare have the same type of words for Justin Herbert that they would, let's say if it was Lamar Jackson, and I'm just using him as an example. I think Justin Herbert being a white quarterback, it takes off some of the restrictions in terms of criticizing that particular athlete. I believe that Justin Herbert was banged up. He really doesn't feel like talking, but at the end he said, you know what, this is my job. I did it. I don't understand it, but I do not like, but I do understand the hypocrisy of a lot of these critics.
For Justin Herbert, he just had to do it. Yeah, and he's probably all season long, plays the most physical, banged up game for the Chargers under, Jim Harbaugh's system there. And I kind of noticed like, I have to talk. I have to do this. I want to go see my teammates. I want to, but of course, this is part of the job if you're a quarterback. So he has to sit there and go, okay, I'll do this interview. So it's like, okay, he got it through.
He was not given a heads up by a PR flack that, hey, you're doing an interview with ESPN. If anything, and I don't blame her for not following protocol. As a reporter, that's not what you do. Overtime game, it's decided late, there's an interception, and then you go into scramble mode, and you just do what's necessary to get the job done, and you don't follow proper protocol. I'm not bashing her, but there's just no way to criticize Justin Herbert and act like this is incredibly rude. But Scap, I'm sure when you see this video, this kind of treatment from athletes is probably why you're maybe a little hesitant to get involved in, day-to-day reporting. It's like seeing a scene from Vietnam and just saying, I want no parts of that.
I think he's muted. He's muted.
Sorry, I'm back on.
Muted,
how am I
yeah, there you
All
go.
Right, sorry, guys.
And now you're great. Yeah.
All right, awesome. It's just when you show the clip in total context, it really does make it look that much more ridiculous. In this era of Twitter or X, whatever we're calling Instagram, where you can kind of cut things up and kind of present them in a way that doesn't have the full context in it. But when you see the full clip and when you understand the context of the moment that Justin Herbert was dealing with, the guy's offensive line is totally decimated. He's banged up beyond belief. He's playing with a broken hand. They're playing the defending world champion Eagles in what is basically a must-win. The Chargers are fighting for their playoff lives right now. Heat of the moment on the field. I think we have to just look at it in the sense that these kinds of things happen when you're on the sideline. Like, this is part of the job of a sideline reporter, especially if you want to insinuate yourself within the moment, like the moment that he was dealing with at that time. And when you see the entire clip again, it was what, 20 seconds, 10 seconds of her being rebuffed before he actually got into the interview.
What? 10? No. Scap. Me and Steve aren't your wife. You don't have to lie to us about how long it was. This was only a second and a half, 2 seconds tops. This wasn't 10 seconds. You don't need to go 5x times. This was very, very brief. Nothing happened here. Continue.
Yeah, I just, Jason, just to finish my point here, I'm wondering, are you guys old enough like me to remember Greg Popovich on the sidelines? Like, what if Laura Rutledge is getting like a Purple Heart or something for the way she kind of dealt with the situation of Justin Herbert, poor Laura there. What did these reporters do back in the day when Greg Popovich was chastising them on a half? Like, these guys were crying themselves to sleep probably at night comparatively. I think this is just another kind of example of this era is getting so much softer. Go back in the day and look at it when players and coaches were actually difficult to deal with on the sidelines.
Yeah, you could probably, go back. Imagine trying to deal with, like, I don't know, for example, maybe Bill Parcells, maybe, at one point there were no female reporters, especially, I'm trying to remember the Cincinnati Bengals, if it's Sam White, he goes, yeah, well, we don't want female reporters in here and stuff. I remember him saying something because it's, we have over 50 naked, football players, 53. And now, it's just a normal thing for, women to be in the locker room, even with the men just butt naked and, with everything. But yeah, it's just what it is.
So I'm going to defend Laura Rutledge. I don't think she was the author of all these complaints. It was mostly other women over social media, Steve. Kay Smith, who I really love, being the leader of this. I want to read this tweet from Kay Smith. It's got 11 million views. 11 million views, wow. 69,000 likes. Hey, bro, you get paid $262 million to play football. When the primetime broadcast wants an interview, you stand there like everybody else does and do the interview. Grow up. Kudos, Laura Rutledge, real pro. What's
all right?
Mind-boggling, and this is why beautiful women need to be seen and not heard more than heard, is like, he actually did the interview. He stood there and did the interview, and she's complaining as if he didn't, Steve.
Yeah, Laura Rutledge had a job to do, and that's a tough job because it's not like a beat reporter getting blown off in the locker room. Like, Jason, if you were still on the beat and I was covering boxing and a boxer said after a fight, hey, I'm not answering your question, guess what? You can still get other answers. You can piece together a story with other quotes, or the fact that a fighter blew you off can be the story. And some of the funniest columns from like TJ Simers were of that ilk, but she's on live television. That is her job. She has to get that interview. But I have a question for Ms. Kay Smith. Would you use that terminology if that was a black court? Hey, bro, she wouldn't dare. Let's be honest about it. She would not dare go with the, hey, bro, do your job. She wouldn't. That's my opinion.
I'm actually going to.
Yeah, just to think about that, it is a job. And yeah, she didn't have to go about it like, hey, bro, grow up. Because Justin Herbert, even if he didn't want to do it, he did the interview. even if he's badly beaten and whatever, with a broken hand, he still did the interview. He didn't sit there and said, F off, Laura Rutledge, F off, whoever. So, yeah, he did his thing. So, yeah, and again, if it's Lamar Jackson, really? You're going to say, hey, bro? They're going to sit there and go, you're racist. So, yeah, the constant whatever in sports reporting. All right. So, shout out to Whitlock and the clips. And if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKL special. Help the king out. Hit that like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video.